welcome to our channel. My name is Hafsa Salim. In this video, I'm going to be covering 10 things that you should not give to your backyard chickens. Some of these things are things that we personally really enjoy, maybe you do too. Things like coffee and ice cream, but these things can be very toxic to your chickens. If you're a new homesteader and you're interested in learning more about backyard farming, click on the subscribe link below to see more videos from us on how to grow your own food and how to get started in raising your backyard chickens. The first thing not to give to your chickens are any junk foods, which includes candy and chocolate. For us as humans as well, junk foods are usually not a good thing to have for chickens. They're very bad. Do not leave these things laying out, especially if your chickens are free range. If they see it on the ground, they will peck at it. If they end up eating these things, they could end up being very sick. If you have young children at home, make sure they keep these things away from your chickens as well. The second thing not to give to your chickens are moldy or rotten foods, which includes scraps from your kitchen. If they've gone too long sitting out, they've turned out moldy, don't feel that you can simply toss those things into their run. It could be very bad for their health. Same goes for if moisture gets into their feed, whether you have crumble or pellet layer feed for them. We've had it happen once or twice by accident where we left their feeder out and it poured. We forgot to put the feeder away before it started to rain. Moisture got in there, and even on some of the containers that are sealed, moisture still somehow gets into those containers. If that happens, the food becomes moldy extremely quickly. You cannot give this to your chickens. It can make them extremely ill. So as a side note, if your chickens are outdoors and you have feeders outdoors, make sure they are fully covered or they're put inside when it's about to rain. The third thing not to give to your chickens is anything that has caffeine, which obviously would be coffee grounds as well as teas. You can't give these things to them because naturally chickens are extremely small compared to humans. Even a small bit of caffeine can make them very ill or even unfortunately kill them. So make sure you're not allowing your chickens anywhere near anything that has caffeine to keep them healthy. The fourth thing not to give to your chickens are any foods that are high in salts or high in fat. Things that are usually high in salt are processed meats as well as uncooked meats. It is okay to give your chickens meats as long as they're cooked. You can also give them canned fish, things like canned sardines, canned tuna, canned salmon. If you are going to give your chickens these things, make sure the packaging says very clearly on there, no additional salt added. If you give them too much salt in their diet daily, it can be very bad for their health. Things that are high in fat include sunflower seeds. It is okay to give your chickens sunflower seeds as long as you're giving it to them in very small amounts. The fifth thing not to give to your chickens are raw eggs, and this one is extremely important, especially if you have chickens which are laying eggs for you every day, and that is the reason why you have chickens. If you start to give them raw eggs to eat, they will start pecking at their own eggs in their nesting box, in their coop, and before you even have a chance to grab those eggs out of their coop, they will be gone. So instead of giving them the entire egg, what you can do, which is what we do, is every morning we make our daily eggs, we set aside the shells, we wash them inside and out, grind them up in a grinding machine, and then we take that mix of eggshells and place it back into their feed. We simply mix it into their feed. The eggshells are actually a really great source of calcium for them, and that way they continue to provide you with healthy eggs with really strong shells. The sixth thing not to give to your chickens are avocado peels as well as the pit. Some people think that it's not okay to give chickens the avocado. You can actually give chickens the flesh of the avocado. You cannot let them anywhere near the peel or the pit because they actually have a toxin which can be fatal to your chickens. So if you're like me and you love avocados, make sure that if you are composting your daily veggies, that your chickens are not anywhere near the pit or the peel. The seventh thing not to give to your chickens are green potato skins, and this is a little surprising one similar to avocados. Green potato skins include a toxin which again can be fatal to chickens. You can give chickens the potato itself, You can cook them and give it to them. You can give them pretty much any type of potato, but specifically for green potato skins, do not allow them to go anywhere near it. The 8th thing not to give to your chickens are any foods that can expand in water. And I think this is a pretty common sense one when you think about their digestive system. Things that expand in water you do not want to give to them in their dry form include rice, lentils, pasta, dry beans, and quinoa. You can give chickens these things as they're cooked, but simply not in their dry form. The 9th and 10th foods not to give to your chickens are foods that are somewhat of a gray area with chickens, primarily because most people say do not give these things to your chickens because they can end up being ill or worse. Some people do give these things to their chickens in small amounts. They take that chance. For us, we would rather not take that chance, and that's why they're on this list. So number 9 are any citrus foods. Citrus will lower the number of eggs that your chickens are producing. If you don't want to change that number, then do not give them anything that is citrus. And lastly, number 10 are any dairy products. So things such as milk, cheese, and plain yogurt. Some people give their chickens dairy products because it does help in cleaning their chickens out. It's better to simply give them probiotics. You can pick them up at any local farm supply store as well as order them online. And the reason why you don't want to give dairy products to your chickens is because they could end up having diarrhea. I don't know about you, but I don't want to have chickens with diarrhea or any illness or worse from the other things that I mentioned on this list. Hopefully you are taking notes. If you're someone that is thinking now maybe, well, what can I give my chickens as a daily diet as well as treats? Check out our previous videos on what you can give to your chickens and our future videos on daily routine and care for chickens. If you enjoyed this video, click on the like button below. If you learned something, drop a comment, mention what you learned from this message as well. And if you're interested in learning more on backyard farming, how to get started specifically in raising chickens, click on the subscribe button below. This video is part of a major series all about chickens, so make sure you stay tuned for our future videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.